Just be yourself, Zachary. His real name was Zachary Lim. But according to Zachary, that wasn't memorable enough. So somewhere during university he decided to rename himself. Call me Zeke, not Zach. Nobody knew why. It just sounds cooler, he'd explain confidently. His friends would sigh. It sounds like someone who sells energy drinks. But Zeke refused to give up the nickname. He also had another problem. He was a smart aleck. Not because he wasn't intelligent. He genuinely was. He worked as an AI solutions consultant and could explain machine learning algorithms without looking at notes. Unfortunately, he explained everything. To everyone. Even when nobody asked. Someone would mention the weather. Zeke would explain climate systems. Someone would order coffee. He'd explain the chemistry behind roasting beans. His best friend Aaron finally sighed one afternoon. You know, you're exhausting. Zeke smiled proudly. That's because I know things. Aaron replied. No. It's because you tell everyone. One Thursday afternoon, Zeke attended a technology and marketing networking event. That was where he first noticed May. She wasn't trying to impress anyone. She was quietly chatting with a small group of people, listening far more than she spoke. May worked as a brand strategist. She was confident without being loud, funny without trying. The sort of person who made everyone around her feel included. Zeke immediately decided. I need to meet her. Aaron looked worried. Please don't lecture her. I won't. You absolutely will. Zeke walked over. Hi. I'm Zeke. May smiled. Nice to meet you. What do you do? I'm in branding. Oh. You know. Most branding campaigns fail because people misunderstand consumer behavior. May nodded politely. I know. I build them. Zeke continued. Actually, there's an interesting study from. May smiled. Excuse me. I promised someone I'd say hello. She walked away. Aaron slowly approached. You lasted 47 seconds. The following week their companies happened to attend another conference. Zeke tried again. This time May was choosing dessert. He smiled. The chocolate cake is statistically the most popular. She looked at him. I wasn't asking for statistics. I was deciding what I feel like eating. He blinked. She picked up the lemon tart. I like proving statistics wrong. Aaron dragged Zeke aside. You know why this isn't working? No. You keep trying to impress her. Isn't that the point? No. You're trying to impress her with facts. What should I use? Your personality. I've got personality. Aaron stared. You've got PowerPoint. A month later, Zeke and May unexpectedly found themselves sharing the last available table at a crowded hawker center. May smiled. Looks like we're tablemates. Zeke nodded. Then took a deep breath. No facts. No lectures. No showing off. Just conversation. So, what's your favorite hawker food? May looked pleasantly surprised. Want the honest answer? Always. I'll happily queue 40 minutes for a good bowl of prawn noodles. Zeke laughed. So will I. They spent an hour talking. Movies. Travel. Family. Funny childhood stories. Not once did Zeke explain anything. When lunch ended, May smiled. You know, you're very different today. I was trying something. What? Listening. She laughed. Keep doing that. Old habits die hard. A week later they visited a museum together. May admired a painting. Zeke automatically began explaining its artistic movement. She smiled. Then gently interrupted. Zeke. He stopped. I'm doing it again. You are. He laughed at himself. I really can't help it sometimes. I know. But you can catch yourself. He smiled. Thanks. Over the next few months May slowly got to know the person behind the clever comments. She discovered he adored his grandmother. Volunteered teaching coding to children. Secretly cried during animated movies. Burned toast almost every morning. One evening she laughed. You know, you're much cuter than I expected. Zeke looked confused. Cuter? Yes. When you're not trying to sound like Wikipedia. One evening they sat watching the Singapore skyline. Zeke became unusually quiet. I've been pretending for years. Pretending? I thought people only respected me if I sounded like the smartest person in the room. May looked at him kindly. And now? I'm not so sure. She smiled. I'll tell you something. The smartest people I've ever met. Never felt the need to prove it. Silence settled between them. Then she reached over and gently nudged his shoulder. I like Zachary. He blinked. What? Zeke is entertaining. But Zachary. He's genuine. A month later Zeke invited May to dinner. She agreed. After dessert he took a deep breath. I need to ask you something. She smiled. I know. You do? I've seen you practicing. He laughed nervously. I have. I like you. I've liked you for quite a while. I know I wasn't exactly easy to like at first. May smiled. You were exhausting. He laughed. Fair. But I hope you've seen the real me. She looked into his eyes for a long moment. I have. But before I answer, I need one promise. Anything. She shook her head. Don't promise anything. Just promise this. Be truthful. Be honest. Don't pretend to be someone you're not. I don't need the smartest man in every room. I don't want someone proud. I don't want someone who looks down on people. I want the man who laughs when he burns toast. The man who teaches children every Saturday. The man who listens. The man named Zachary. She smiled softly. Because honestly, he's much cuter. Zeke laughed until tears formed in his eyes. You know, I think you're the first person who's ever called me cute. I doubt I'll be the last. He looked at her. I promise. No pretending. No showing off. No hiding behind clever words. I'll just be me. She reached across the table and took his hand. Good. Then. I'd love to see where this goes. His face lit up. So. Is this a date? She grinned. It is. But don't overanalyze it. I wasn't going to. She raised an eyebrow. Really? He smiled. I was. Then I remembered my promise. She laughed. There he is. That's the Zachary I wanted to meet. Months later, Aaron met Zachary for coffee. So. What happened to Zeke? Zachary smiled. He's still around. Occasionally. But these days. I don't need him very much. Aaron nodded. I noticed. You seem happier. I am. Just then May walked into the cafe. She smiled at Zachary. He smiled back. No performance. No clever introduction. No need to impress. Aaron watched them talking and laughed quietly. You know. You really are cuter like this. Zachary rolled his eyes. You too? May grinned. I've been telling him that for months. Aaron raised his coffee. To Zachary. The smartest decision he ever made. Was finally being himself. Sometimes the most impressive thing a person can do isn't proving how clever they are. It's having the courage to stop pretending. Because confidence may catch someone's attention. But honesty is what keeps their heart. The end.